As part of the present administration's efforts to curtail the spread of coronavirus COVID-19 ravaging the country and the world at large, Edostate Ministry of Education, in collaboration with Edo Broadcasting Service (EBS) and Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools (Asuss), is organizing a television program for students in senior secondary schools, particularly those writing the West African Senior School Certificate Examination (WASE), the National Examination Council (NECO), and National Business and Technical Examination Board (NAPTEB) for the year 2020 in the months of May, June, and July. The program will be held on EBS television channel every day from 12 noon to 1 p.m. beginning from Monday, April 6, 2020. The subjects selected for these programs are Mondays Mathematics, Tuesdays English Language, Wednesdays Physics, Thursdays Biology, Fridays Geography, Saturdays Civic Education and Economics, and Sunday Chemistry. Parents and guardians are therefore advised to draw the attention of their children or wards to this opportunity during the stay-at-home period.
I want to use this video to welcome us to this Edu telecast. I am one of your instructors, volunteer instructors. My name is Mr. Anthony Imoteya of Seneca. I'll be teaching you geography. Geography within the purview for SSE exam is quite a voluminous subject. It is segmented into 3 parts or 4, as the case may be. You have a physical geography, you have the map reading, you have your human geography, you have your what? Regional geography, stroke regional geography. So I know some of my colleagues, before then, let us quickly look at some of the meaning of these branches of geography. Map reading essentially deals with the ability of a student, a geography student, to pick up a topographical map and be able to give accurate meaning to the information contained in the map using what we call conventional signs and symbols. By the way, conventional signs and symbols are symbols that cartographers, map designers use in encoding information into the map. And as the user, student, you are supposed to be able to decode this information contained in the map using what we call conventional signs and symbols. And as a student, you are supposed to be well informed, have ample information about how to use, analyze and interpret map if you really want to do well in geography. Secondly, the physical branch of geography deals with the study of physical elements, physical features present on the Earth's surface. It deals essentially with the study of things like mountain, features such as mountain, valley, running water such as river, longitude and latitude, soil, weather and climate, and so on and so forth, falls within the scope of physical geography. Then we have the human geography. The human geography deals with the study of human elements, human activities on the Earth's surface. We have trade, we have agriculture, we have industry, we have populations to demography, and so on and so forth within human geography. Then of course we have our regional geography, which is going to be focus this moment. Human geography deals with the study of a given geographic region, usually in detail. For example, the human geography of Edostate will expect us to know everything about Edostate. 1, the latitudinal and longitudinal position of Edostate. 2, the size of Edostate. 3, the people that form part of Edostate, their culture as well as their human activities. By so doing, you would have been extraying the regional geography of Edo State. We have the regional geography of Nigeria, which is going to be our point of focus this morning. It requires a student to know everything about Nigeria, the longitudinal and latitudinal position of Nigeria, the total land mass, the human strength, that is population, then even the distribution, economic activities, culture, and all the like within Nigeria. So by so doing, or when you are doing this, you would have been studying, or you would have been doing what we call regional geography of what? Nigeria. These days, let me say, fortunately enough, WAEC and NECO has decided to expunge from our syllabus the regional geography of West Africa and the regional geography, and the geography of what? The continent of Africa. In the good old days, in our time, apart from the fact that as a Nigerian candidate preparing for your WAEC, you are supposed to know the regional geography of your country, you are also supposed to know in detail the geography of West Africa sub-region, because Nigeria is part of what? West Africa. And apart from that, you are also supposed to know enough about the geography of the continent, which is what? Africa. That's why I said fortunate, or we are fortunate enough that this trouble has been taken away. So what you just need to do now is just to concentrate your effort looking at what? The geography of your country, Nigeria, which, like I said before, is going to be our point of focus this morning. So I want you to sit, feel relaxed, as I take us through a cool drive, looking at what the geography of what? Nigeria. Okay, we're going to discuss this issue under the following headings. We'll be looking at location of Nigeria. We'll also be looking at position of Nigeria. We'll also be looking at the size of Nigeria and the tensor perimeters. We'll also look at relief to drainage of what? Nigeria. Nigeria, in terms of location, Nigeria is located on longitude 3 degrees east, extending to 15 degrees east of the Greenwich meridian. I'll repeat that. Nigeria is located on longitude 3 degrees east, extended to what? 15 degrees east of the Greenwich meridian, and of course, latitude 4 degrees north, extended to what? 14 degrees north of your equator. Let's just put that one forward. To what? 15 degrees east of the Greenwich meridian, and latitude 4 degrees north, extending to 14 degrees north of what? Our equator. Now, let us quickly look at the meaning of longitude, Greenwich meridian, okay, yeah, Greenwich meridian, latitude, and equator. These four underlying words. Usually, when I'm with my student, I want to be as thorough as possible, so that I can always also refresh your brain concerning our previous classes. So, lines of longitude are imaginary lines drawn across the globe, running from north to south, or showing places east and west of the prime meridian or Greenwich meridian. long line running horizontally. This horizontal line. All these lines running vertically from north to south are called lines of longitude. They run from North Pole to South Pole. They are longitudinal lines. So that's why we define lines of longitude as what? Imaginary lines, because they are not really there. They are imaginary lines drawn across the globe, running from north to south. But they show places east and west of the Greenwich Meridian. The Greenwich Meridian, by the way, is the line that divides Earth into two equal hemispheres. One to the east, the center line, and one to what? To your west. Then, of course, we have your equator there. The equator is a line that divides the Earth into two equal parts, one to the north and one to what? To the south. Or it is the angular distance or angular measurement, usually in degree, north and south of the equator. While Greenwich, the line of longitude, are also defined as angular distance east or west of what the Greenwich Meridian. Whichever definition you are able to take, just take it. So we've been able to look at the meaning. First, we've been able to look at the latitudinal and longitudinal location of Nigeria. We said that Nigeria is located on longitude 3 degrees east, extending to what? 15 degrees east of the Greenwich Meridian, which is a line that divides the Earth into two equal halves. We've been able to look at the location of Nigeria, and we said that Nigeria is located on longitude 3 degrees east, extended to what? 15 degrees east of the Greenwich Meridian. And we said the Greenwich Meridian is that line, center line, that divides the Earth into two equal hemispheres, one to the east and one to what? To the west. And we said that latitude, in terms of latitude, Nigeria is located on latitude 4 degrees north, extended to 14 degrees north of your what? Your equator. This is your equator here. So the equator is a line that also divides the Earth again into two equal hemispheres. Now one to the north and one to what? To the south. So latitude run from east to west, while longitude run from what? North to south. So I know this area is a popular area where we are examining mostly. And so I wanted to take cognizance of that. You might just be surprised in this your forthcoming SSC exam. They will ask you to discuss Nigeria under the following headings: location, position, and size. So in terms of location, because of discussing it, there's no other pepper and salt that you will need to add. There's no other pepper and salt that we need to add. Simply tell us that Nigeria is located on longitude 3 degrees east, extended to 15 degrees east, and latitude 4 degrees north, extended to what? 14 degrees north of your equator. All right. Then let's talk about the position. The position of Nigeria. Nigeria is position. Nigeria is Nigeria is found on the coastal waterways of West Africa. I didn't say Africa, please. The coastal water indentation of what? West Africa. Now, Nigeria is bounded at the north by the Niger Republic. At the south, it is bounded by what? The Atlantic Ocean. While at the east, Nigeria is bounded by what? Cameroon Republic. And at the west, it is bounded by what? It is bounded by what? Benin Republic. In fact, all these countries are French-speaking West Africa countries, except Cameroon. Nigeria is bounded by French speaking West Africa countries. At the north, it is Niger Republic, while at the west, it is Benin Republic. At the south, it is the Atlantic Ocean, while at the east, it is Cameroon Republic. Now, at the northeast, we have Chad Republic. Chad Republic. Okay. In terms of position, Nigeria is found between the coastal waterways or waterline of West Africa, not Africa, mind you. It is bounded at the north by Niger Republic, at the south, bounded at the south by what? The Atlantic Ocean. At the east, it is Cameroon Republic, and at the northeast, it is what? Chad Republic. While at the west, it is bounded by what? By Benin Republic. Okay. In fact, the diagram succinctly explains what we are discussing here. In fact, it's a summary of what we tend to discuss as far as this class is concerned. Now, this is an outline map of Nigeria. And like I said, when we were discussing the location of Nigeria, we said Nigeria is located on longitude 3 degrees east. On the board, we have a map of Nigeria showing location and position. Now, Nigeria, like we said, is located on longitude 3 degrees east. This is longitude, this vertical line, like we indicated before, from 3 degrees east, like this, down, stepping down to what? 15 degrees east. All right? And latitude, 4 degrees north, extending to what? 14 degrees north. Forming, vertices, 4 vertices. That of longitude 4 vertices, and latitude 4 vertices. So this is, the longitudinal and latitudinal vertices upon which the map of Nigeria is inscribed. All right. We also talk about the position. Now, all these sides you see are occupied by what? Waterways. No, Nigeria is, like we said, is positioned in the coastal waterways of West Africa. It is bounded at the north by the Niger Republic. At the west, we have Benin Republic. At the south, we have the Atlantic Ocean. While at the east, we have what? Your Cameroon Republic. At the northeast, you have the what? The Chad Republic. In case you are asked, in any given exam, is it NECO, is it WIDE, or is it your NATEC? Discuss Nigeria under the following heading. You don't need to say much about this. These are the salient points you're supposed to know, bring out, and you get your work full score. Anything outside this, I think, may not be out of point. All right. Then let's quickly look at the size of Nigeria. Nigeria in terms of size. How we discuss exhaustively the location and the position of what? Nigeria. Nigeria has a total land, it's quite a huge country, with a total land mass of 923,768 kilometers square. What did I say? 923,768 kilometers square. I didn't say kilometer. If you say kilometer, you are on your own. It is what? Kilometers square, because it is an area. Okay. From north to south, the longest stretch of distance is about 1,100 kilometers. From north to south, the longest stretch in terms of distance is what? 1,100 kilometers. Now, I didn't say kilometers square because we were just talking of what? The single line. That's distance. While from east to west, the longest stretch is what? 1,300 kilometers. 1,300 what? Kilometers. Nigeria is the fourth largest country in West Africa sub-region. I didn't say Africa. It is the fourth largest country in West Africa sub-region, following Niger Republic, 2, Mali, and 3, Mauritania. The fourth position, the one that comes fourth, is Nigeria. So after Niger Republic, followed by what? Mali, Mauritania, and the fourth country that will come, in terms of total land mass now, is what? Nigeria. But if you are to look at Nigeria against the whole of Africa as a continent, it is the 14th largest country. Now, Nigeria is 4 times as large as Ghana, 4 times the size of Ghana, and 5 times the size of what? Sierra Leone. Okay, in terms of human strength, population now, Nigeria is second to none in the West Africa sub-region and even in the entire Africa as a continent. Nigeria has the largest population in the entire continent of Africa. Almost 200 million persons. 200 million. The entire region, or the entire continent of Africa, is about 1.3 billion persons. If you decide to calculate the average, it's assumed that for every 6 persons, 1 is what? In Nigeria. It interests us to know that the entire population of the whole world is little above 8 billion. And I know that China alone accounts for what? About 1/6 of it. The entire region, the entire world population is 8 billion or little above 8 billion. China has about 1.3 billion. If you calculate the average, for every 6 persons, 1 is a Chinese. We also know that the average growth rate of population in Nigeria is about 3.2% per annum. And if this trajectory is sustained, it is assumed that in the next 50 years, or in the next 30 years, when we're talking of 2050, Nigeria population would have doubled. I will be talking of like 400 million persons. Is this one clear? Is this one clear, students? So let me just quickly put some of these salient points on the board, so that for those of us who are interested in putting down points, you can do so. All right. Like we said, in terms of size, Nigeria has a total land mass of what? 923,768 kilometers square. Not kilometer, kilometer square. Kilometer, it's not the same thing. All right. The longest distance north and south is 1,100 kilometers, while the longest distance east to west is 1,300 kilometers. We also said that it is the 4th largest country. It is the 4th largest country in West Africa sub-region, following closely the Niger Republic, Mali, and Mauritania. And of course, like we said, it is the 14th largest country in the entire continent of what? Africa. We also talked about the population strength of Nigeria. Like we said, it is second to none. Even in the entire region of Africa, Nigeria has a total population of what? 200 million persons. Approximately, let us be factual here. Approximately 200 million persons. And like I did say, the entire region of the entire continent of Africa is about 1.3 billion. And if you divide that one with Nigeria population, the average is For every 6 persons, 1 person is what? In Nigeria. I will also say that in the entire region of the world, we are about 8 billion. China alone is about 1.3 billion. The average is also about, for every 6 persons, 1 person is a Chinese. I also remember I said that the average growth rate per annum, in terms of percentage, of Nigeria is 2.3 on every given year. If you weigh this against the census of 2006, when we last completed our census, it reached 140 million. If you work out the simple arithmetic with 3%, 3.2%, you will agree with me that we have increased by 60 million. And if this trajectory is sustained, in the next couple of years, let's say 30 years from now, when we're talking of 2050, Nigeria population will have what? Doubled itself. The last point I quickly want to make here is that in terms of population density, Nigeria has a total population density of 200 persons per square kilometer. How do I get this? If you just do a rough calculation of our total land mass, which is what 923 million, 768 kilometers, divide by what 2 million. I mean, divide 2 million with it, you get the figure I'm talking about. Because population density has a simple formula: total what population all over what total land mass. I'm sure you are working on that at home. So, the population density of Nigeria is almost 200 persons per square kilometer. And what do I mean by population density? When you divide total population of an area all over what total land mass, that's a simple formula. And if you use that one to work out 200 million all over what 768 kilometers, you discover that you almost get 200 pesos per square kilometer. I know you are working on this right there in your room. So, students, I think this is the extent we can go, but before then, let's quickly see if we can do a recap of all that we have said. All right, let's quickly look at the last lab of this class. We're looking at what? Relief and drainage of Nigeria. The relief and drainage of Nigeria, there's so much similarities. Generally, relief of an area with drainage, is so common because water naturally flow from highland towards what? Lowland. That's why water generally has the energy, kinetic energy this time, to do so much work. You will recall, in the upper course of the river have so much strength because it's just leaving its source. And as it plunges down, it has so much energy. Hence, the river is able to carry out majorly the work of erosion at the upper course of its life. And as this river, progresses downward, graduating gradually into the middle course, you discover that the energy of the river has reduced. And so the work of the river at this time is no longer erosion because it has lost some of its energy. You discover that the materials eroded in the upper course are now being transported. So basically the work of the river at the middle course is purely transportation until the river gets to the last stage of its life, which is of course the old stage, where the river no longer have the needed energy to carry out the process of erosion, no transportation. Instead, the eroded material from the upper course, transported to the middle course are now deposited at the lower course of its life. So, relief and drainage, bear so much similarities. Now, generally, relief has to do with what the height is difference in the physical features of an area. Nigeria, we are looking at Nigeria particularly. Relief of Nigeria can be, broadly divided into two groups. One, we have the lowland region, and we have what, the highland region. But in this class, just like your exam will require us to do, we are specifically going to be looking, lay more emphasis on the highland region. But quickly, the lowland region of Nigeria are those areas that lie below 300 meters, lie between 300 meters below the sea level. They include places like Sokoto Plain, they include the Chad Plain, then the Niger Delta coastal ways, then even the River Niger and River Benue trough. All these areas are extremely low, below 300 meters above what, the sea level. And like I said, we are going to be looking more or dwelling more on the highland regions. Now, in the whole of Nigeria, the highlands can be divided into 3 groups depending on where they are located. One, we have the North Central Highland. Central Highland has an average height of 600 meters above the sea level. That is to say, within the Central Highland, no region is less than 600 meters. Prominently, we have 2 hills here. We have the Sherry Hill, very close to what, the Just Plateau, and we have the View Hill, Plateau. The Sherry Hill has an average, has a height of almost 1,800 meters above what, the sea level. In terms of drainage, there are certain rivers that drain or that take their source from this area. They include 1, River Sokoto. River Sokoto have its source from the North Central Highland. River Kaduna also take its source from the North Central Highland. River Ghana take its source from the North Central Highland. River Hadeja, Kamadugu, and so on and so forth, all have their sources from the North Central Highland. Why some flow to the Atlantic Ocean, why some flow to the River Niger, some flow to the River Niger, or tributary to River Niger, some flow directly to what? The Lake Chad. Then, the Western Upland, prominently here, we're talking of the hills that are prominent here, include the Asuss Hill, the Akwata Hill, the Ifon Ridge, and more prominent, we have what, the Idare Hill. Idare Hill is about 900 meters above what, the sea level, in terms of height in elevation. Within the Western Upland, we have about 4 or 5 rivers that drains this area. The rivers include River Oshun, River Ogun, River Awon, River Mushi, and so on and so forth. These 4 or 5 rivers are just made directly flow into what, the Atlantic Ocean. Then, of course, we have the Eastern Scapland, the Eastern Highland stroke Scapland. In the Eastern Scapland, we mention here quickly the Udi Hill. Udi Hill lies within what, the Eastern Scapland. It is called Scapland because of its rising and falling what, nature. That's why we call it Scapland. In the Eastern Scapland, we have the Udi Hill. It's there on the bottom. But we're talking of the highland because we're grouping them together. We have the Urban Hill, the Ubudu Plateau, the Mandara Mountain, Adamawa Mountain, the Gotel Mountain, and the Chapawadi Highland, which is of course the highest point in Nigeria. I want you to note this. The highest point in Nigeria is the Chapawadi Highland. It has the height of 2,419 meters above what, the sea level, and it's located in Taraba State. It's a good, tourist center of international repute. Rivers that flow from this northern Eastern Scotland include River Kasinala directly to River Benue, River Imo directly to River Benue, Cross River directly to River Benue, and River Taraba, as well as Anambra River, all moving straight to what? River Benue, or they are tributaries to what? River Benue. All right. Hello. All right, students of yours at home. On the board we have map of Nigeria, showing what are relief and drainage. Okay, this is in the North Central Highland. And we'll make mention of some prominent hills here. We talk about the Sherry Hill, the Just Plateau, that is the Just Plateau, indicated with a dot and a plateau there. So that's the name. We'll be able to name a place or name a hill where it is located on the outline map. If you also go up a bit, this is where we have the Big Plateau. The Big Plateau is situated in Maiduguri, and like we said, the rivers that flow or that have their source from the North Central Highland, we made mention of about 5-6 rivers, but here we are indicating what? River Kaduna, moving, taking the source from the North Central Highland, flowing towards the Niger River. The Yobe, River Yobe, taking off from the North Central Highland, flowing to where? Lake Chad, are all indicated here. In the western upland, we made mention of certain hills, talk about the Akmata Hill, talk about the Asuss Hill. Prominently, we have the Idore Hill. But here we've indicated the Akmata Hill, and we've also indicated River Ogun, moving from what? The source, which is the western upland, flowing directly into what? The Atlantic Ocean. Then, of course, in the eastern highlands to Scotland, we're talking about some basic tourist centers here. The Udi Hill is located in this place. We have the Oba Hill. We have the Adamawa Mountain and River, taking up from this series of hills and mountains present here, include River Katsina Ala, directly moving from this place, emptying its content into what? The Benue River. In case you are asked to make an outline map of Nigeria, do well to present a sketch like this, and try to also know how to locate features and name them in your map. I think this is where we're capping it up. But before we do that, let's quickly do a recap again. Now we talked about, or we started this class looking at what? The location, position, and size of Nigeria. In terms of location, Nigeria is located on longitude 3 degrees east down to 15 degrees east, and latitude 4 degrees north, extending to what? 40 degrees north of your what? Equator. In terms of position, we said Nigeria is positioned at the coastal waterway or coastal waterline of West Africa. That Nigeria is bounded at the north by what? The Niger Republic. At the south, we have the Atlantic Ocean, while at the west, we have the Benin Republic. At the east, we have Cameroon Republic, and at the northeast, we have the Chad Republic. We also talked about the size of Nigeria. We said Nigeria is quite a large country. It has a total area of what? Or you talk about a total land mass of what? 923,768 kilometers square. And we said that the longest stretch from north to south is about what? 1,100 kilometers, not kilometers square now. And the longest stretch east to west is 1,300 kilometers. We said Nigeria is 4 times as large as what? Ghana, and 5 times as large as what? Cameroon. It is the 4th largest country in West Africa sub-region, following closely the Niger Republic, Mali, and Mauritania. And it is the 14th largest country in the entire continent of what? Africa. In terms of population strength, human strength, Nigeria is second to none. It has the largest population, 200 million approximately. All right? And the population density is what? 200 persons per square kilometer. We also talk about the entire population of Africa, even though it's not within the scope of our study. Africa has about 1.3 billion. And if you use Nigeria population to divide that, you'll see that the average is 1 to 6. That is to say, for every 6 persons gathered, 1 person certainly, or is likely to be what? In Nigeria. We also talk about the world population, reading almost 8 billion persons. And China alone accounts for about 1.3 billion. The same way, if you also do this division out for every 6 person, 1 person is likely to be what? A Chinese. I think here we'll be capping it off. I tend to see you next time. Stay blessed and read very well for your exam. Thank you very much.